Well, hi, everybody, and welcome to what is our first pseudo podcast here at Exemplar Global. I'm here with Jamie Gravatte, who is our community manager here at Exemplar Global. I'm Mike Richman. I'm the manager of communications and content for EG. And we're doing a little experiment here today. We're going to do our first little podcast for you and all of us here in our Exemplar Global community. And coincidentally, we're actually talking about our community because Jamie, again, is our community manager. She's filled that role since April 7th, I believe it is, of early this year, 2025. So Jamie, welcome to the company. Welcome to the community. And it's really great to have you here.
Thanks, Mike, and hello, everyone. I'm excited to be here. Like Mike said, I've been here for a very short amount of time, but I've learned a lot. I'm very excited for the community launch. It should be coming here shortly. So we've been working really hard behind the scenes, and we're very excited to showcase it soon.
We are. So that's a great place to start. So tell us a little bit about what the community is all about, what your role is within it, and what you've been doing here these last couple of months to get ready for our people to enjoy it.
Yeah, absolutely. So just a little bit more about me and my role. So I'm Jamie Gravatte, like Mike said, community manager here at Exemplar. I've been leading the development and the management of the brand new Exemplar Global Community. It's basically going to be an online space that is designed specifically for all of our customers. So certified professionals, auditors, industry peers, and anyone in this industry to connect and share knowledge with each other and grow together. So my day-to-day will mostly involve everything from planning different community events and engagement initiatives and moderating discussions and collaborating with our amazing internal teams to make sure that we're delivering as meaningful as a product as we can to our customers. So I've worked in digital support and content strategy and community management in the past. I'm very excited to be building something from the ground up. I'm very passionate about building spaces where people can go in and support each other. So that's exactly what this Exemplar community is all about, creating that trusted and approachable kind of home base for our global membership.
Yeah, we talk about this a lot. None of you know this because you talk about it internally, but we talk a lot about the fact that the folks that are in this community, that are in this profession, are they're somewhat, I guess you could say, they're kind of siloed within the organizations that they work with. There's not a lot of colleagues that they work with necessarily day to day who do the same thing that they do, again, whether it be auditing or other conformity assessment certification functions. So we look at it, I think, as a place where people can come together to do just what you said, have community, ask questions, get feedback, comment on things that are going on in the industry, get their voice heard, share their achievements, all that kind of really great stuff that makes a profession really special for folks.
Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of that one-stop shop, as we said before, just where everything they can find everything in that one space. So kind of like what inspired the creation of the community is that, like you said, people were siloed in their own resort. So we have all the great tools and resources and newsletters already, but we didn't have that central interactive space where our members could connect with each other directly. And like you said, it's easy to feel like disconnected and siloed. So hopefully this community will give them a good place to ask questions and like trade industry insights and stay connected, and just build meaningful connections.
Yeah, I mean, my role is obviously is content here, communications and content. So I'm always interested in that and in hearing what's going on out there in the industry. Whether it be new standards or ways to audit or interpret something that's going on, or issues that auditees maybe are having that are common across the industry that other auditors maybe would want to share. But it's really about our whole breadth of our community. Again, it's not just folks that are within auditing, but it's also other practitioners and managers and people in the Inarte space too. We really want to include those folks as well, people that are technicians and engineers and in the telecommunications space too. So it's really a gathering place. And I think that the key thing that you've always told me that I think is really important to know is that this is about you guys out there. It's not about what we think is going on. It's about what the users feel is valuable to know about. And so their voice, your voice, you guys listening now, your voice is really important in this process.
Yeah, absolutely. And, as you said, I'm new to this industry too. So I'm excited to go in there. And, this is my wheelhouse auditing. It's completely new to me. So I'm excited to learn from the community itself. And I'll kind of be that liaison between our, professionals that know everything about this and have been working in this industry for 20 plus years and with our customers. But like I said, I'm excited to learn about it too. It'll just be a good place for everything all in one place.
Well, talk more about that. Talk more about your role within this and as the community manager, what that really means and what people can expect when they join the community, come in and they become a member and then begin to interact. What are they going to expect and how are you going to help kind of bring that forward?
Yeah. So I think it's kind of, as a community manager, it's a lot like being like a party host. Like I'm constantly making sure that everyone in there like feels welcome and has something to do and is included and that something's always happening in there. So the future of the community, we see a lot of like webinars being held in there. I know we've had a lot of conversations about this, like podcasts are a great way, or
Yep.
like a drop-in open door session where people can come in and just talk with each other if they're having an issue or want something to, bounce something off. But really the sky's the limit with the industry, with the community. We can do all sorts of engagement things in there. Like I said, webinars, podcasts, different kinds of videos. We have our knowledge base there, which will be a really great way for us to collect knowledge from the community and be able to turn that into an article that just sits there that people are able to, use whenever they need. So, like I said, the sky's the limit. There's a lot we can do there. But as a community manager, I'm excited to just make sure people are engaged and involved. And it's something that's, always living and breathing.
One thing that's really important that I think that the folks that are going to be joining us in the community are really going to appreciate is the opportunity to have career developments to
Mhm.
pathways too. There's a lot of job postings that will be in the community. There's a lot of various advice and mentorship opportunities that people can interact with and really get a lot out of. You can share your achievements too. Like if you have a badge, if you are doing
Mhm.
certain things in your career. You can share that in the community. So all those things I think make it something that allow people to, look at it as kind of a, I mean, I don't want to be too highfalutin here, almost like a home base, almost like the
Mhm.
place you can go to, you know, every day or weekly or at whatever frequency you want and find something that really can help you advance your career in the Exemplar Global Community.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think oftentimes this industry is very like buttoned up and very professional. So
Yeah.
this space gives them the space where they can just not let loose, but go in and they don't have to be, professional. They can just post something in there. It's not like a very tight buttoned up place where they have to, appear to the industry standards of everything. So yeah, it's don't be scared. My advice is just jump in, introduce yourself. When we do launch, I know it could feel a little bit intimidating at first, but the community is there, built for connection and support. So start exploring the different discussion areas that we have. Just ask a question, introduce yourself, even if it's just saying your name and where you're from and your coffee order or something. Get started with the conversation. It's a fun, easy way to get involved.
Get crazy. Get
Get
crazy. That's
crazy,
right.
yes.
Use hazelnut, right, with your coffee, whatever. Get nuts. And you know what they say? Nobody's wild and crazy like auditors.
Yeah, that I've heard that before too.
Actually,
Yes.
actually, no one's ever said that. But I just said it, so maybe we can put a stake in the ground. But yeah, no, this is going to be a lot of fun because we really think that yeah, you hit the nail on the head. These things should be loose. They should be I mean, it's not necessarily a consumer-oriented community where it's any freelance discussion. Although, hey, you know what? Talk about things that are outside the industry, maybe that are affecting what you're doing for your work too. You should feel free. I mean, we're going to be moderating, obviously,
Mhm.
so we'll keep it, on the rails somewhat. But I think that people should feel free to talk about the things that are important to them and important to their work that they do.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you said too, I mean, we our organization is a non-for-profit too. So we're
Yep.
not going to be in there trying to sell you something and market
No.
something for you. So that's not what this community is about. It's a great way to market yourself though and what you're doing.
Mhm.
And like you said, job postings and things like that. But that's not what this community is about. It's just about connecting with each other and learning and growing. So that's the
That's great.
ethos of this. Yeah.
And that's a great point. I mean, that's a great point because, we are a mission forward organization. We are a nonprofit, and our mission is to develop the industry. We don't have necessarily anything to sell other than the fact that we want people to participate and we want people to grow in their pathways, and we want to help them do that. So that's a really important point you make there. So tell me a little bit or tell us a little bit more about what you envision the kind of the pathway to participating in the community. Which, I mean, all right, so you register, you come in, you then become a member, and then what happens? What are some of the buckets and drop downs and things that you're going to be able to find and do there?
Yeah, so we're launching with 4 communities to start with. So there'll be the global community, which is just kind of a more general space for things. We'll have the training provider community, which is exclusive just to our training providers with us. That's going to
Mhm.
be a gated community. We also have the support and self-help center. So this is more just general support for any of those kinds of questions. And then we have one more that's slipping my mind right
There's
now.
a lot. There's
There's
a
a lot,
lot.
yeah.
There's a lot to,
Um, but those are
and
just
it's yeah.
the couple that we're launching with, and it's
Yep.
going to turn into something, completely different down the road. We
Yes.
hope for hundreds of different communities, whether that's with wherever your region is or like a specific industry. But we're just launching with those 4 and seeing how it goes. You also be able to see webinars in the community. So whether that's our backlog that we've already hosted in the past, and also future ones. To come based off of like community demand is really what we see that for. There'll also be the knowledge base, like I mentioned. So just a resource for all things Exemplar Global, but we really see that turning into something that we can gain knowledge from the community and turn that into something that'll sit there and is always able to be accessed. And then down the road, really, we see the community just being the central hub for everything from Exemplar Global. So it's going to be replacing Exemplar Link down the road,
Mhm.
all the job opportunities and things like that. So it'll be a slow transition, but those are the kind of things we're looking forward to down the road. But yeah, a lot of exciting things happening there. It's like you said, a little bit overwhelming, but we have a really great team, and I think we're just kind of getting started with this. So, and it's going to be really shaped by our members, is what our vision is for it.
And I just was gonna allude to that was that my role again as content and communications. I do a lot of work to reach out to folks that have interesting stories to tell, case studies and things that they're doing that the rest of our community can benefit from. We want that. We want people to tell their stories. This isn't going to be a one-way conversation. Too many of these communities are like, the community owner pushes it out and then everybody consumes it. It should really ideally be a kind of a multi-directional thing where,
Mhm.
people are telling their stories and they're publishing content on there and others are commenting on it and we're getting conversations going that we're not starting, that you guys out there that are going to be the community members are going to start. That to me
Yeah.
is the important part of this.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we don't have that in the digital world that we live in. And, post-COVID, everything is online. And that's what's so great about it, though, is we're able to connect with everyone all over the world. So why not just make a space for that? And, we're kind of used to it at this point, too. So hopefully that'll be something that people, I'm sure everyone has commented on, let's like a YouTube video or a Reddit post or
Mhm.
gone to something like that. Like there's community everywhere you look. So we just wanted to make one for our specific industry.
Why not? It's a perfect
Yeah.
time for it.
Yeah.
Well, Jamie, that's awesome. Thanks really so much for doing that and kind of giving us some behind the scenes view of what we're doing with our community. It's going to be really exciting. It's coming very soon. So
Very
all of you
soon.
who are watching this now, keep tuned. Watch this space, as we say. We're going to be bringing you more information about it in the coming weeks, and it's going to be something that's going to be really cool for you all. So thanks for joining us, Jamie. Thanks for being there today, and we'll see you soon in the community.
Great. Thanks, Mike. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you there soon.
So long, everybody.